Is your mom also legally your aunt? Then you're probably a Tennessee fan. Welcome back to Banner from the Cheap Seats podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dakota, here with Mo and John. Let's start this mildly rough recap of last week. John, why don't you get us started with what happened?
Oh man, there was that Kentucky game. I hate Tennessee. I can't. I don't. They are the absolute worst fan base in the entire realm of college football. My last tweet saying "fuck Tennessee," there was about 27 fucking replies to it, with all of them being like, "Ah, you lost." We go back to fucking my cousin. Man, they're just the most obnoxious fan base, and we fucking lost to them, and we're gonna have to hear about it for the next year. It's been 4 years since we beat them. We've only beat them like a handful of times in the last 30 years. It's rough out here.
You know them sister cousin fuckers are just something.
How depressed do you have to be to search that? Like, you had to have searched "fuck Tennessee" to find.
Oh, they do. They do it every time, every year.
That's nasty work.
They do the same thing every year. They'll search up Kentucky fans talking bad about them, and then about like, hey, celebrate. It never fails, man. So this is why I hate Tennessee more than I hate Louisville. Tennessee fans live the shit. If they only have one win and it's against Kentucky, they can be 11 or 1-11. They will not shut the fuck up and act like they won a goddamn Super Bowl. Louisville fans, yeah. Louisville fans, it's more of a party and a good time. Like, y'all are there to have a good time and talk a little shit.
We can admit when we're trash.
Now, if we would have been undefeated and for some reason made it to a playoff this year, I'd have been unbearable until halftime of that first game.
You're still more bearable than what a Tennessee fan will do.
Yeah, my mom's also not legally my aunt. I don't have fucking webbed toes and can produce a child that won't end up in a freak show.
Like,
oh my God.
All I'm saying is, if just Knoxville fell off the map, we wouldn't miss them. God bless. There's a lot of the stuff I want to say about these fuckers will get me put on the list, so I'm just going to stop there.
The only good thing to come out of Tennessee is I-65. All right, it's.
But Devin Leary did play well this game. Surprisingly, he played this best he has all season. The wide receivers actually came to play. This is the second game in a row where the defense just didn't show up. If they did show up, they win this game. The offense was there all game. There was a moment going into the fourth quarter where you thought Kentucky was going to win this game. We got to stop, got the ball back, and then just missed a field goal. They kicked it way too deep for our kicker. If they just ran the ball on third and 10, knowing we weren't going to get it, and set the kicker up for a little bit more success, we could have took the lead for at least a brief moment. But
he said the offense was there. It's probably the best I've seen the offense all year outside of that, Florida absolute ass whooping y'all gave them.
No idea where that team went.
No one really knows either.
But Florida did play
a little bit of ref ball.
A whole lot of ref ball.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on your national championship, Tennessee, because it's the only fucking thing y'all got going.
Yeah. I mean, if they would have, honestly, I'm going to say this before we get on to the Louisville thing. If they would have lost to Kentucky, there would be a bunch of Tennessee fans on suicide watch the way Will Levis played on Sunday after them not wanting him. Because they would have lost to Alabama, then lost to Kentucky, and then Will Levis plays out of his mind for their hometown NFL team.
Will Levis leaves the gold digger and just absolutely comes out and stunts. You love to see it.
Man,
love to see it.
Against my team too, damn it. I was conflicted that whole game.
You hate to see it. It's like getting a lap dance from the big girl at the club. It's just a real confusing boner. It's
when they leave, they are our enemy. Lamar Jackson and Teddy Bridgewater were enemies.
I miss Teddy so fucking much. Don't get me started, goddammit.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and get into your game where y'all mollywop Duke.
Well, what can I say? Louisville at home is the greatest goddamn team in college football.
It's
I don't
unbelievable.
understand it.
You got Louisville at home, everything goes right. You put Louisville on the road, it's like school of the deaf and blind out there.
I will say, I think I'm starting to think the defense like sets the tone because the defense will pitch a fucking shutout for at least a half or damn near a whole game for home and away games.
Defense ain't our problem, really looking back at it. Defense
really
drives
not.
like hell until you can't give them any support.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same defense last year that led the entire NCAA in sacks. It's a good defense. It's a very aggressive defense, but you give them no help, then
they do what all defenses do. They fucking collapse. So it was a good game, you know.
Louisville at home.
Mid.
Louisville at home. I ain't worried. Plummet's trash.
Yeah, it's the same. It's not gonna change probably for the rest of the year, but we'll take it.
Only game I'm worried about is Miami away because it's an away game. And then Kentucky's always 50-50.
As long as it's not raining, I think we should be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh man. One upset. One major upset happened. Oklahoma losing to Kansas on the road. They're never going to play again once the schedule in the non-conference, but the schedule they're going to have in the next few years is going to be brutal, so I doubt they'll do it. So
you love
Kansas gave them a little going-away present and threw their goalpost into a lake. Gotta love it.
You love to see it. That was a well-fought, well-deserved win by that Kansas team. That was a great game to watch.
Basketball school of all things. That was good.
The basketball blue bloods.
The big takeaway here is Oklahoma had 11 guys out. So if they got Oklahoma State next, that's a big rivalry game.
Shoot the under. Shoot the over. Hit the over.
It's going to be a shootout, let me tell you.
The over 60.5. Hit the over on it before it changes.
Even with a very hurt Oklahoma team there, they still going to shoot it out.
Yeah.
It's either going to be 115 points or 7-3. There's no in between.
Gotta love rivalry games.
Man.
But, how about this college football top 25?
Well, we'll get into that, the top 10 right now, because that's kind of how we're looking for the playoff picture with some crazy shit happening. Ohio State number 1 over Georgia, who fell to number 2. You love to fucking see it. I'm done with the SEC bias.
Yeah, there really isn't that much for the college football playoff. It's more of, I'm saying that knowing that Alabama and Georgia both made it in a couple of times, but the Big Ten had 2 teams in last year, so it's not completely biased.
Yeah.
I don't like Florida at number 4. I'd rather have them at 3 or Washington at 3 because Michigan ain't played a damn soul.
Yeah, no, Michigan's big tester coming up these next few weeks.
Yeah. Whenever they play somebody like Penn State or Ohio State, you can move them up. But as of right now, they ain't played nobody. The rest of the Big Ten is mid at best.
You should go look at that other division for the Big Ten. It is battle of the mid.
I feel like Michigan always saves the last few weeks for Ohio State.
Well,
and
then
when they play
rivalry week with everybody, that's
and then they beat the bricks off them every time. It seems like. Well, as long as Harbaugh's been there, it seems like that.
Harbaugh lost his first 3 years there.
Yeah, he did. He got his ass kicked the first time.
So he's been beat his first 3 or 4 years there. I want to say it wasn't until recently he had that winning streak.
About 2. It's probably about the last 2 years.
Yeah,
he's been getting in the ass.
And Florida State still being in, I like it.
I don't like Washington being out. I'd rather just move Michigan out and move those 2 up.
The way I see it right now is Ohio State and Michigan is going to determine whose spot Washington takes.
As long as they went out. because the Pac-12 I think is gonna beat themselves up, unfortunately.
Yeah, the end of this Pac-12 it's kind of rough. And Pac-12's going out with a fucking bang.
Yep. Then we got Oregon, the first team that's one loss, which is I think that's deserved. Them being there.
A one-loss Oregon and a one-loss Texas, I wouldn't hate getting in either if some crazy shit happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they both deserve it.
Bama
Oregon with the absolute domination of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If
Told y'all to pick their spread.
Yeah. If Bama wins out, though, they can definitely get in too.
Y'all still haven't played them yet either, have y'all?
No, we got them next week. Don't bring it up.
No,
You're just gonna hurt John's feelings. You bring that up right now.
Yeah, we heard he had 3 losses with looking down the barrel of 4. But, anyways, we got Oklahoma at number 9. I figured they would be a little lower because.
Say after that Kansas loss, I figured they'd drop out of the top 10, but I'm not that mad about it.
I am just because I have a little Ole Miss bias. I love Lane Kiffin because he trolls Tennessee fans.
You do. I do got a soft spot for Lane Kiffin as well. Number 11, Penn State would be the last one I really bring up because
they shit the bid against Ohio State.
They did, but if they happen to beat Michigan and Ohio State beats Michigan too, you could make an argument for a one-loss Penn State, depending on how everything else goes as well.
Yep. Well, we can bring up these next 2 teams if y'all want. We got Missouri and your Cardinals.
Louisville don't deserve it. We were too fucking inconsistent. Mizzou would be hilarious just to watch the SEC fucking shit itself, seeing Mizzou there.
I mean,
13 is a little, yeah. Because who have we played, really? 13 is a little high.
You played a ranked Duke team and shut them out, though.
Got out a ranked Duke team, mollywopped a ranked Notre Dame team.
Yeah, I got a good team at home. Just on the road, it's a little iffy. Just got to close out on the road.
If we were more consistent just on offense, I wouldn't hate it.
Yep.
Well, didn't we both say if Jordan's not in the game, the team looks totally different.
Jawar Jordan is carrying the offense right now. That is, in my opinion, the best running back in Division I right now.
Oh yeah, he's at least in the top 3.
Easily top 3 in my opinion. The top because he literally carries that whole offense.
He really does. Team looks lost without that kid.
Even a hurt Jawar Jordan this past weekend didn't have his full speed and everything, was still just blowing past everybody.
Yep. All right, y'all ready for the Week 10? Week 10 picks?
Let's get into it.
All right, college football Week 10. We'll go ahead and get the Kentucky game out of the way. Kentucky goes to Mississippi State. The spread is 3.5. Kentucky is favored, surprisingly. Mississippi State's having a down year. I think this is a winnable game, especially if Mississippi State is not what they were with Mike Leach, unfortunately, RIP. I'm going to take Kentucky in this, and I think they'll cover the spread as long as they play like they did last week. If this is the team that shows up like they did against Missouri, they're going to take a loss.
I think this will be a good bounce back week for you all. I see you all winning and covering that 3.5 spread as well.
The last 7 games, whoever was at home won the game.
That's true, but streaks get broken.
I'm scared. Yeah, streaks do get broken. I'm picking y'all, but I'm picking y'all reluctantly. It's reluctantly right now.
Yeah. But this game is always close. It's technically a rivalry game since this is the one West team that they're slotted to play every year until the schedule changes next year. So we'll see. It's usually a one-possession game. Next we got Virginia Tech coming to number 15, Louisville. Also, these rankings are AP rankings, not college football playoff rankings. So before anybody jumps down our throats.
Because God forbid we have one concise ranking system in college football.
Yeah. We made this list before the playoff list came out, so go fuck yourselves.
But Louisville by double digits. It's a home Louisville.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Even though the last matchup we lost was like 35-42, but that was under Sat. And look what Cincinnati's at.
God bless you. God bless you, Cincinnati. You want a basketball coach too at this rate? Fuck.
Hey man, Kenny Payne won those games.
Kenny Payne getting shots already.
Man, shout out to Kentucky Wesleyan for Jesus Christ. Absolutely embarrassing. Louisville. Kenny Payne needs to be fired immediately, and that's coming from a Kentucky fan.
Man, bring back David Padgett. Bring back David Padgett, bro. Fuck it. I don't care no more.
Padgett was a surprisingly good coach for what he was handed, and why he didn't get a bigger school offer is beyond me.
Terrible.
We might do a basketball podcast. We might have to, but we'll get there eventually.
We can turn this into one as soon as the season's over with.
We may do that.
Next, we got number 3, Ohio State traveling to Rutgers, Dakota. Preach the gospel.
Let me tell you, Rutgers is undefeated versus the spread. If you were betting the spread, Rutgers has covered it every fucking time. Ohio State's going to win. They are. But Rutgers is covering that 18.5-point spread. Put the house on it. Put your baby's college fund on it.
And you got a former NFL head coach leading that team, baby.
Oh,
Rutgers spread all day. Put it on the Rutgers.
We're going to get a Ryan Day post rant about his team being tough if they don't blow out Rutgers.
Most likely.
I hope so. These sound bites would get great.
The Ryan Day cocaine rants are some of my favorite things.
Perfect transition. Speaking of, did you all see Dabo Sweeney's little rant on this little call-in show?
No, I did not.
Praying for that man's downfall.
This is a podcast where we do not like Clemson at all. We don't like that cornball Dabo. So somebody called into his little coach call-in show and basically was like, "Why are we not winning more? We're Clemson. We're supposed to be national champions or national championship contenders, and we're 4-4." And then he, in his cornball way, was like, "You apply for the job. You come do this." It's like Mark Stoops, but way worse. Like whenever he went on his rant.
I love it.
God, you love to fucking see it. I've been praying for that man downfall for so long.
You can pay to play. Just pay, baby. It's easy.
That's all you got to do. But they got number 12 Notre Dame coming to town. Notre Dame is favored by 3.
Notre Dame by 50. Praying on Dabo's downfall.
Praying on the downfall. They beat them last year 32-14 in South Bend. I think it's going to look something like that again.
I'm reluctant on this one, if I'm being honest. Just because it's at Clemson and that place gets loud. I'm not taking Clemson, so everybody relax. But I am taking Notre Dame, but I don't know about that 3-point spread. I think it's going to be pretty close. I know 3 points is already close, but
they losing to teams that they have no business losing to. I think that winning that cell is gone for Clemson this year.
Just y'all need to look up that call-in clip whenever you get a chance. It's comedy. He goes on like a little 10-minute rant about nothing.
Hey, he ain't gonna play his players.
And he don't want to see anybody make any money. Well, he's making millions.
You don't want to see his athletes make money. That's sick work. You get what you get. You get what you get, bro.
Yep. Now on to our rapid fire picks. I'm just going to speed read through these. I'll read the spread. Y'all just give me who's going to win, and what you think the spread's going to, or who's going to cover the spread. All right, we got number 25, Kansas State at number 7, Texas. Spread is 4.5. Dakota, go ahead.
Texas winning.
Mo.
I got Texas winning, but I don't think they cover the spread. Oh, you said what's the spread? 3?
4.
4. Ooh, God damn it. Fuck it. So yeah, Texas covering the spread. It's gonna be like 6 points. It's gonna be something small. Watch.
Yep. I'm gonna take Texas, and I got them covering. Next, we had. I wanted to put this as game of the week, but I feel like we've had Georgia in here already. We got number 14 Missouri going at number 1 Georgia. Spread is 15.5. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is gonna be a bloodbath. Missouri's gonna come back down to earth. Georgia's that fucking team. Mo, go ahead.
Georgia covering the spread.
Go to
Georgia, but I'm a fan of Darth Mizzou, and I think Darth Mizzou is going to cover that spread.
Ooh.
Next was my little upset pick earlier. Number 10 Oklahoma at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma's favored by 5.5. Mo, who you got?
I'm saying Oklahoma, but I will be betting the over/under. I'm betting the over on 60.5.
Ooh. Dakota, who you got?
I think it's gonna be a shootout, dude.
It probably will be, honestly.
I don't hate that over bet, but I see Oklahoma kind of bouncing back from this, even with the rivalry game. They're going to play their asses off. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that spread. I don't like it.
I'll definitely be hitting the spread on this because Oklahoma State is going to win. Mike Gundy has been on fire.
I don't hate
Oklahoma State. Okay, I don't hate it either. Actually,
I mean they're 7-2. They started off like 0-2. So, we got number 5 Washington at number 24 USC. Spreads 3.5 for Washington. Dakota, who you got?
Washington by 1 million. Caleb Williams, a fucking con artist.
Mo, who you got?
I'm going Washington. USC does not play a lick of defense.
Yeah, Washington by 1 million with no D. Next, we got number 16 Oregon State at Colorado. Spread is 13.5 with Colorado being the dogs. Mo, you want to start us off?
I'm gonna go Oregon State. 13.5. Colorado looked bad last week. I'm not gonna hold you. Oregon State. I think Oregon State's gonna cover.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the same thing.
Yeah, put me in that same boat. Colorado has just lost any sort of spark they came into that season with.
Yeah, and they got their jewelry stolen last week.
Yeah, I think they're deflated. No one's making any noise, talking trash. They just put the film on and go up there and bust their motherfucking heads. That's all it's been the last couple of weeks since Oregon.
Well, welcome to the Power 5, gentlemen.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Next, we got number 20 UCLA at Arizona, who just upset Oregon State last week. UCLA is favored by 2.5. Dakota, you want to get us started?
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to take Arizona.
Hey, that's where I'm going. They done beat 2 ranked. Was it 2 weeks in a row? 2 ranked teams 2 weeks in a row, I think.
Yep.
So, yeah, Arizona's got a little hot streak right now. I see them taking it, and by them winning, covering. So,
yeah, I guess we're all going across the board. Arizona. Next, we got number 22 Kansas, who just beat Oklahoma at Iowa State. And they're only favored. Kansas is only favored by 2.5. Honestly, I would not touch this game with a 10-foot pole. But if I had to pick, I'm taking Kansas money line.
If I have to pick, I'm taking Kansas, but I don't like it. I think this is a 50-50 game, personally.
Yep.
Yeah,
Keep coming off
Kansas. Yeah. Kansas, money line, straight up. I'm not messing with no spread on this.
Yep. Next, we got Texas A&M at number 11 Ole Miss. Ole Miss is only favored by 3 points. Give me Ole Miss.
They say Ole Miss all day, baby.
Yeah, Ole Miss for me as well. And
got a soft spot for them.
And they're playing great ball.
Next is our favorite segment of the show. We cover our favorite group of 5 teams that we've been keeping an eye on, or teams that have a chance to get into the playoff.
First of all, if you don't love Group of 5 football, I don't know what's wrong with you.
If you don't like midweek games, what the hell's wrong with you?
Group of 5 football is some of the best football you'll ever fucking watch. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't understand the hatred for it. There's a whole lot of people like, why is there so many bowl games? Do you not enjoy football?
It's gone for like 8 months. Enjoy it.
See, that's the problem when he schools, all right? Too much is damn learning, not nearly enough football.
Oh, man. First, we got number 21, Tulane at ECU. Tulane is favored by 18.5.
Tulane is them. Let it ride.
Yeah,
Let it ride, baby.
ECU's only won one game all year. Give me Tulane.
Yeah, let it ride, baby. I told y'all, Tulane is my new school I root for from the state of Louisiana because fuck Brian Kelly.
Fair enough. We'll get to another school from Louisiana here in a minute. Next, we got our Coastal Carolina Chanticleers at Old Dominion.
CC.
They are only favored by 1 point.
That's all we need. That's all we need, baby.
Go Saints, baby. Hold my ball, McCall.
That's all we need.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. Go Shants.
He said, "Go out there and dominate." We ain't dominating. You want to know what's wrong?
Oh man, we'll quote Division III. The crown of your head is the hardest part of your body. Use it.
For those of you who haven't seen that movie, pay the $3 run it on YouTube. It's great.
Oh man. Next, we got Army at number 17, Air Force. Air Force wins this game. They win the what's the Academy's trophy if you beat the other two. I forget what it's called.
I can't remember. I'll look it up real quick because it's just going to bug me.
President's Trophy or something. I'm blanking, but the spread is 18.5. Yeah, give me Air Force in this one in a rout.
Commander-in-Chief's trophy for the record.
That's what it is, Commander-in-Chief.
Also, Air Force by a million. And also, if you hate Service Academy football, go fuck yourself.
I'm saying, man, this is the way Air Force runs the triple option is a thing of beauty. Army and Navy, not as much. Air Force has perfected it. They pass a little bit out of it too. Shout out to the other two. Yeah. Shout out to the other two service academies that can't fucking do it.
I don't know how you hate on 3 yards in a cloud of dust football, because that's all Service Academy is, and it's just beautiful.
I hate the other two, but I can watch Air Force.
Yeah, they hit I think it was a 95-yard touchdown last week.
Mm-hmm. Just when the triple options run right, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, their play action pass is something special.
But just like one of my favorite games of the year is always Army Navy.
I can't do it sober, man. It's kind of tough.
Army Navy ain't doing it sober, dude. Our military don't do shit that day. Everybody's drunk as fuck.
But yeah, Air Force in a route. We across the board on that.
Air Force, yes.
Next,
plus the uniforms is cold. I like the uniforms. I'm not gonna hold you.
It is cold.
Next, we got number 23, James Madison at Georgia State. The spread is 5.5, with James Madison being favored. Before we get into these picks, NCAA fix your fucking rules, because James Madison's undefeated and they can't go to a bowl game.
I never understood that. If you go down to Division II from Division I, obviously you have to wait a couple years. If you go up and are immediately beating the shit out of everybody, same with Bellarmine at basketball, like, you should be able to do some postseason. It's the stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah, it's dumb rule. James Madison's gonna rout Georgia State. They've only lost. Yeah. Georgia State's only lost 2 games. They just lost to their rival Georgia Southern last week. That kind of burned me in a parlay, but yeah, still a little salty about it.
I've been salty about these parlays for a couple weeks now. Don't get me started.
You hit that 9 leg and that 10th one fuck you up. Hurts the heart.
So we going James Madison across the board.
Yeah,
James Madison.
All right, next we got the funniest game of the week. We got a cockfight. Jacksonville State versus South Carolina, both Gamecocks. South Carolina's favored by 15.5. Rich Rodriguez, fun little stat here, is the head coach at Jacksonville State. They're another one of those teams that are not bowl eligible because they just became a Division 1A school. They are 7-2, and they are no joke. We've been watching them. Me and Dakota's been watching them during the midweek games,
and they're one hell of a fucking team. I don't know if they're going to pull out a win against South Carolina, but I think they're going to keep it a close one.
I think they'll cover.
They're definitely going to cover the spread.
Yeah, I'm letting y'all lead me.
Spencer Rattler's a bum, but yeah.
Spencer Rattler's dog shit. Jacksonville State should be in a fucking bowl this year, along with James Madison. Fix your shit.
Fix your shit. Lastly, game of the week. We got number 13, LSU, at number 8, Alabama. This is Bama's last gasp for air to get into the college football playoff, and they are favored by 3. That being said, I don't know if they can keep up with LSU's offense, but LSU doesn't play like a defense. This one will be interesting. Might want to hammer the over, whatever it is. It's under 70. Mm-hmm. Hit it.
I'm going Bama. He's covering.
You got him covering?
I think Nick Saban's going to make a statement. He's going to try to make a statement.
Yeah, I don't think Brian Kelly's ever beat him. No, wait, they beat him last year. My fault. My mistake.
I think the Saban dynasties might be officially over. Go Tigers.
Not so fast, my friend, or whatever.
The disgust.
I'm taking Bama to cover. Oh man, I don't want them to win it.
This game on a parlay. I wouldn't put this on a parlay.
No, sir. It's another one of those I don't want to touch.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
But so we have a parlay that we do every week now. We call we're the 4 locks. If Ken was here, he'd be the fourth leg in this, but we're gonna give Mo 2 picks.
How did ours last week do?
It did not do well. It did not do well.
I know my lock hit. That's all that matters. Listen to me, bitches.
Mine did not hit. I had Oklahoma beating Kansas, and then the Ohio 7-point spread did not hit.
Yeah, that 2-1. I went 2-1 on mine. That was the one that didn't hit for me.
I had West Virginia +7. Won me some money. It was nice.
Yeah. Dakota, since you were the
goddamn ruckus spread. All right, if it's an option, you fucking bet it.
Yeah, I need y'all to check out with the under.
What more do you need to hear about the Rutgers spread besides it's undefeated this season?
Undefeated. All right. Speaking of teams with a hot streak in bets, the Iowa under has hit every week. I think it's only not hit once in like the last 3 years, something like that.
Preach to him, Brother John.
Make sure that you all bet the under as long as that fucking offensive coordinator's there. He's only there till the end of the year. Hit the under every Iowa game as long as it doesn't go below 30. If it's at 30, hit it every fucking time. If it's at 29, you might want to pray to God a little bit and hope something happens. But just hammer the Iowa under at 30. Free money.
Dear God.
Those boys cannot score, and they like running the clock. They're like Mark Stoops, but worse. Or better, however you want to view that.
It depends on how you feel that day.
Right now it's worse. Or right now they're better than Mark Stoops. They got way more wins right now. But anyways, Mo, what are your 2 locks?
Locks, Tulane, money line, Fresno State, money line. Or spread. My bad, spread.
Fresno spread, Tulane money line. All right. Y'all boys ready to get out of here?
Come on.
All right. Make sure you're following us on all social medias at Cheap Pop Productions. With all that being said, fuck Tennessee. I hate y'all. This is Hook signing out.
May God bless y'all's parlays and spreads this week, my brothers.
Unless you're a Tennessee fan.
It's Mo. Sign out.
Ruckus.